You've been a little bit quiet. I don't know if that's everyone or not. Is there a CC on? Oh, don't see any. Perfect. Welcome. A few things in the background. I was late getting in.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right.
So we now have a 90-second delay on, which means let's do an audio check. Can people in chat hear us okay? And we will get an answer in 90 seconds, and I will probably assume, good, that's better. Anyway, how are you, Poseidon?
I'm not too bad. And how about yourself today, Gino?
Not too bad. I have been out for most of the day. I did the Warhammer Mecca of going to Warhammer World, which is like the Games Workshop headquarters. They've got their own like big gaming rooms and stuff. So I went there and played in a little mini league and won.
Very nice.
Yay! Anything good this weekend so far for yourself?
Um, let's see here. I went and got a couple new tires put on my truck today. Um, and then I also received my blaster for my Mando today because I had that
Ooh.
commissioned. So
Ooh, I'm looking forward to seeing some more pictures then. It'll be so for anyone watching who isn't aware, Poseidon is getting a full Mandalorian cosplay outfit. Some of it you're doing yourself, some of it you're getting made for you. I've been getting some of the pictures. It's looking
yes,
good.
yep.
It's
So
looking good.
and the end goal of that is ultimately to join the Mando Mercs costuming club, which is
Mm.
it is one of the 3 or 4 different clubs in terms of Star Wars costumings that is actually recognized by Disney and Lucasfilms, and are partnered with them, so they're invited out to
The
events.
official events and stuff. Yeah,
Hmm.
I was always tempted to join. Oh, you know the one for stormtroopers.
Yeah, that's the 501st Legion.
The 501st, that's the one because they've got a lot, obviously, in the UK and England, so we see them a lot at
Yeah,
events. Yeah.
so I saw some pictures of them from Star Wars Celebration because Star Wars Celebration this year happened down in London. So I saw a good amount of pictures from them.
Hmm.
So
Well, well, good luck. Have fun when it comes about. Hi, Vupok. There's so everyone is aware there's a 90-second delay in chat. Neither me nor Poseidon's gonna particularly drive this. I imagine we'll both talk.
yeah,
We've not done this together before, so first time for everything. Um, it does, however, look as though people are starting to join the lobby. So if you want to switch your view over to in-game, because then at least we can double check, we can see the lobby as it starts to fill out, and we can chat a bit about Apex and Valorant. So I only managed to catch a little bit of the Valorant Apex games, and that little bit that I saw, was relatively brutal. Valorant did not go easy
Yeah.
on the Apex team at all. From what I could tell, they sent their best team in,
Yep.
and
That is
it
exactly what was happening in that situation.
it was mean, is what it was. It was mean. Any Valorant people watching that was just mean.
Yeah.
Um,
Eh,
I was very. I'd have been absolutely disheartened going into that. But then again, actually saying that Apex, I remember them all chatting. They wanted it. They asked for it. They asked for them to bring the best. So
yep.
yeah.
And so I actually did get a chance to talk to Teardropo. And so they are extremely confident in being able to take home these games here and win. Um, so confident that they have not actually done any kind of warm up for these games. So they have a 9 player lineup that is ready to just absolutely smoke the Apex guys. Now the question is are we actually going to see that in
Well,
game?
yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? So you've got it's the thing with Valorant, and for anyone who's watching who isn't aware of who this lot are, quite a few of the Valorant players moved from Apex when Valorant came out. So it's not like they don't know
User joined your channel.
Apex.
Mono chicken.
Hola, mono.
Hello.
Hello.
Have we started?
We are indeed. We're live. We're having a nice little chin wag to ourselves, and we've just started to talk about how well you guys are potentially going to do or not do.
Okay. Well, I just thought I'd check in to give people a little bit of a backstory to what's going on. So obviously, with Valorant joining Army and becoming one of like a main division in Tor, we decided to induct them in a nice way and declare war on them. So we've set out a tournament in which we were going to obviously play them on Valorant. They play on his Apex. We've played them on Valorant. Some people watched it. A lot of people will remember it. I certainly will remember it because we got trashed as expected. I had played what 4 or 5. I think I played the game for about 5 hours. Like it was fun though. We had fun. We played a couple of Valorant teams. It was all good, but yeah, sadly they beat us in all the games. So they've obviously come to our domain now, and then hopefully we're going to do the same to them.
Yeah,
But
well,
there is a little bit of a back thing with this because some of these people used to be in Apex.
it's
So,
funnily enough, that is literally what I was just
well,
saying.
I'll let you do the introduction of the players. So, ideally, we're doing 6 games today. Or I'm going to be biased and say it's going to be 6-0 to Apex. That's my bias. The chat might not agree with me, so I'll leave that up to you guys to fight it out in the chat. But I think it's going to be 6-0 to Apex. Then it'll go into a tie. We haven't really discussed anything around a tie. I think me and Tia said we'll do a handshake agreement and say that both divisions are equal. That might not fly, but we can discuss that when it happens. Valorant is still here. They've turned up. They're strong. So let's see what they can. Let's see what they can do. So I'm gonna say good luck to Valorant. Thank you for coming to play us. But I'm gonna let you because I need to go and organize my division.
You go get your teams done. Poseidon's going to check to see if he can turn his volume up a little bit.
But yeah,
Apparently it's still a bit
we've got a
quiet.
few minutes. We've got a few minutes, yeah, because we're just sorting the things out. But
That's all right.
please
All right,
have
well,
fun, and
good luck. Have
I will
fun.
see you all later. Mono
Oh.
chicken down.
User left your channel.
All right.
So that's kind of perfect time. And Apex come in confident. They're going for the 6-0.
They
I think
are.
the thing is, so to carry on what we were just talking a little bit about. So, Joneskin, Stewie, Tia, they came from Apex. Now, Joneskin and Teardrop are both good players, or were good players when I was
Yes.
playing Apex. Stewie is around my level, so That's still,
So
these days quite decent. It's not bad. I don't know anything about Zaravoid. I don't know if Vupox ever actually played it. Don't know about Gangster May or Falcon Ruby, etc. But
yes.
it'd be an interesting one.
So
Okay.
now here's the thing, guys. This is Teardrop's profile, right? Bringing it up here. And as you guys can see, when he was actually regularly playing this game, he was regularly masters and pred level lobbies. So to put that into perspective for everybody who doesn't know how the ranking system in this game works, it's broken down into different tiers. It goes copper, bronze, silver, gold, plat, diamond, master, and then predator. Predator is only the top 500 master players.
I think it's 750 now.
No.
Was it 5?
It is still 5.
Still 500.
If I remember correctly. But the thing is that the fact that Teardroppa was able to regularly compete at that level just puts him on a different level.
Yeah.
In terms of, not only his game sense and his knowledge. Now, I don't know how much that has decayed over his time in, the Valorant division, but I do know that he is a extremely well-rounded player, and whatever team he is on is going to be able to have a little bit of a advantage.
Yeah, so Tyr, I think when the last time I was playing, he was quite constantly diamond ranked. Which means you get in against diamond and masters quite frequent. The thing is with the Apex team, you've got Alias, Mono, Sosa, TLM all play at the same level. They all make diamond season in, season out, playing against the diamonds and the master players. You see the Preds dropping in that lobby as well. So they've got some really, really strong players have turned up. In fact, I play at platinum level, so I can compete in diamond. I've only made diamond once. And the only people probably in the Apex team that are my level and not above me is purple. And maybe Diary if he plays.
Yeah.
And I'm still like these days getting top 25% of the player base. So they have got some really good players there. I don't know about Redicult. I think they're one of the I think that's Claudia. I think that's Claudia's account. And she's new and I've not played with her yet. So we'll have to see. But Control is an interesting one, so it's not even normal. It's not even going to be normal Apex. You've got their base, you've got center, you've got your own base, and it looks like we're about to ready up. So the aim of Control is to essentially it's like King of the Hill in a lot of ways, but there's 3 different hills. You get more points for it.
Yep, it's like capture the flag.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be good. It looks like we're all readying up as well.
Yep. So, well, all right. So now, the way that the control style game works is everybody has a set of weapons. Each, you load in, and you're given 4 different classes to choose from that have different weapons. Now, the interesting thing about this is that because of this, it makes it so that way it gives everyone a equal chance for weapons. Now, here's the really interesting thing that we need to find out, though, is how is the Valorant team going to react to the way that the Apex team uses their characters' abilities? Because that is one thing that is absolutely crucial.
Yeah.
I understand in Valorant your abilities, they are crucial, but the thing is that in Apex, you have people whose abilities can negate others.
Yeah. And it's changed as well. So quite a few of the people who have left Apex might not have come back and played since the character rework that happened about a month ago. This game mode isn't always around, so you've got quite a lot of possibility that some of the older players haven't played Control at all. And if they have legitimately not warmed up or practiced, then they might get caught out a little bit because it's that age-old. Oh, how would you do this in the game again? What's this again? And then
Yeah.
on top of it, slight reworks to the characters, slight reworks to the game mode. It's definitely in Apex's favor, but this is going to be good.
It is.
So
And
we are
ooh, okay.
underway. So we're
Okay.
starting to get the players loading in. So Team 1, Joneskin, Octane, Vupot, Caustic, Falcon. We've got a Pathfinder, a Rampart, a Wraith, a Loba. On the other side, Caustic, Rampart, Pathfinder, Watson. That doesn't surprise me. Ooh, you know what?
This could be an
Teams-
interesting matchup. They're both
Yo.
equally really even.
No, but if I don't know if you noticed that, but the Apex team, they're split into three. So they've got two for control. They've got two control players for defense. They've got three very aggressive. They've probably got their best three players on a very aggressive lineup. I think what we're going to see is one team
Soswa,
push.
yeah, Soswa
defend.
is definitely going to be.
All right. Now you've obviously got control of the camera, so you'll have to give me a bit of a heads up who you're watching and where from.
Alright, let's see here. Alright, so I'm watching Soswa right now. And
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
just as expected, they're just going to rush straight through the edge of the map.
Yeah, they're going to go for A. They're going to sit on A. What's Alias? Alias and Mono? Yeah, Alias and Mono are going to go play defense on B.
That's really smart. Mono is really good when it comes to being a defensive legend. You know, that is why he does main Watson, is because he is phenomenal at just playing and holding that.
Yep, just lock down a building.
Alright, let's see what's going on over here with Soswa. So Soswa has one team down, or one person down, and he's actually taking a bit of damage. Ooh.
Oh.
Jones coming in here with the R9. Okay.
This is going to be interesting. So we've already got a team. So Apex have currently got the advantage. They've locked down B quite nicely. I don't know if you spotted, but Mono and Alias are locking it down.
Yep. So that is quite nice. So right now the Valorant guys, they are trailing because they only have the 1 point open. Oh man. And here's another thing to think of when you guys are thinking of this game here, is that in this game, your aim, truthfully, is one of the last things that you have to consider when it comes to actually playing this game. Because yes, aiming is important, however, there are so many characters that, you know, take, for example, Octane. Octane is one of the characters that he can just run you in circles and have you dead before you have a chance to lock onto him. Okay. Soswa and his team, they're going for that push on A.
Yeah. I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're just going to sit and keep that pressure on A. Because the longer they can keep the pressure on A, Sosa's showing the movement. Again, that's one of the things Wraith is just good at. Such a small hitbox quick character. If they can keep the pressure on A, keep the shields up, it means Valorant have to fight them. Because otherwise they have to spawn further away.
Okay. Alias is doing some work over here. He's playing as Caustic, and Caustic is another very good legend to be playing as.
Sosa is, I don't know if you want to switch to watching Sosa, he is zipping and jumping, he's in a bit of a very good position for him at the moment.
He is. So, right here, they have locked down A.
Yeah.
They have made it so this team here, they can't even try and contest this without just one of them getting destroyed. The team chemistry here is phenomenal.
Sosa. Oh. Forget how quick. I walked into the grenade. Sosa finally got him. He was moving fantastically.
I honestly don't know how well of a player their third is. I've never seen them around, or I've never played with them. But I do know Immunity is a extremely well-rounded player. And that's the thing, too, is that most of these Apex guys, they are really well-rounded players. All right. So over here to TLM, it looks as though he is playing as Rampart and he is locking down C.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought that might be the case. When you looked at those that 3-2-2 lineup, you've got one team perfect for just locking down a building.
Oh
You've
no.
got one team perfect for pushing, and then you've got a bit of a middle ground for reacting. So Rampart can just be a bit of a pain in the middle of that zone wherever they want to be.
Yeah.
With purple on those zip wires, especially since they've had the rework. So Pathfinder's ultimate is like a long range zip that you can go across.
Yes.
It's had its range increased, so that's, you know, it only takes 2 ultimates now to get. Oh, TLM is popping into with Rampart ult. Oh,
Ooh.
Stewie reacted quick.
It does seem as though, however, that Mono and Alias, they weren't able to actually keep it locked down, and they actually ended up losing B. However, they are still in the lead by a significant margin right now.
Yeah, and it won't be long until the pressure's put back on. They've still got C.
Yeah. So it seems as though C is completely secure. It doesn't even seem like anybody's even trying to contest it.
Oh, immunity got caught.
Oh, TLM
But
has
look at-
got someone. All right.
TLM's currently leading on the kill count as well. 4 kills,
He
1.1k damage. Teardroppo's orb. Teardroppo and Falcon are approaching 1k as well. Vupok as well.
Falcon is surprisingly at the top of his leaderboard on the Valorant team right now.
Yeah, getting some good points.
Oh,
that was just
That was-
mean.
that aim was a little rough there for a moment, but you know, it doesn't seem like they were able to counter that whatsoever. So
So TLMM is pushing right back to holding the base. He didn't get a chance to shield up though. The hip fire, the hip fire with a flat line is not great. Dewey's got the shield swap off. It looks like they've managed to take back B though. They've lost C.
So Teardroppo, from the looks of it, he and his team, they are currently trying to push into B. Now this could be really interesting for him. So Teardroppo, honestly, in this kind of game mode right here, I'm not sure how good of a pick Bangalore is. You're not
Yeah.
really going to catch people running out in the open in order to
I think it's
utilize her ult.
I think it's more thinking about the smoke and the speed boost. So when you get shot at, you get a speed boost.
That is
And on
true.
On this type of map, not quite enough though. Sosa isn't going to miss at that point. That speed boost and running around is going to be quite good. Joneskin, similar scenario, you know, bringing the Octane, same principle, Zeroid, bringing in Pathfinder, you know, they've got mobility to reposition.
Yeah. Okay, so Falcon Ruby, he has got some insanely good aim right now. It's actually kind of impressive. And here's one other thing that we do have to mention as well, is that most of the Apex players play on controller. Right? Like, some of them do use keyboard and mouse. However,
Me.
most of the division plays on controller.
Yep.
You know, so Soswa, I know he's one of the few that do play on keyboard and mouse. But Mono, if I remember correctly, Mono plays on controller.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. This is going to be a controversial point, a very controversial topic. Apex has aim assist, and it is quite heavily favoured.
That
for-
is very true.
Yeah, for controller players. However, this is why it's a controversial point. So in a straight up gunfight, the controller player will win. But Apex, you can do a lot more of the advanced movement techniques on keyboard and mouse or with macros, which you can't do on a controller. So It's close, but if you look at the bulk of the pro players, it is about 70-80% in favor of controller. Like, more of the top players play with controller now, so...
Right. And so that's the thing as well. And, you know, you... in Apex, you can definitely disable aim assist on controller. But the question is how many of the guys in the division have actually gone through and done that?
None of them will do that. There's no point. It's
Exactly. So
the way the guns and stuff work is if you're trying to play Apex without the health because of the way the guns work, it just doesn't work.
Yep. But then we also have to look at it from the angle of while in a long-range gunfight, someone on PC is going to win when they're using keyboard and mouse, more often than not. However, it's those close-up fights which you see the Apex players using to just take home this game right now that is giving them the advantage.
And that's the thing with Apex in general, like, it doesn't... So they call it poke. When you're playing at a distance and you're just poking damage, you're never... In the normal battle royale, you're going to achieve nothing, you're going to waste your ammo, potentially get poked back, which means you're going to burn through your shield cells and your batteries. You win this game at the medium and short range because you have to secure the knocks and you have to secure the kills. Obviously, control's a little bit different, but the principle's still the same, so that's one of the reasons why it partially heavily favors those control players, because you play the game at a close range anyway.
Yeah.
You're very rarely at a long range, and if you're at long range, a lot of them are just going to ignore you.
Right. You know, and so it looks like here, Vupak switched over to playing as a Gibby. I'm actually not sure that was a very good choice whatsoever.
It depends what the plan is. If they want him to sit on a particular point, particular capture point, you know, he's what's called fortified, so he takes less damage. He's got a slightly bigger hitbox as a trade-off, but he also has an arm shield and a bubble, which is you can't shoot through it. So if he's just wanting to apply pressure, he's a very static type person.
Yeah.
But this is one of those moments where, again, Valorant aren't particularly in a position to be able to do this. They caught up on points because they had that moment of controlling both caps, and Falcon is doing exceedingly well with Joneskin. But Teardroppo's getting the damage but not getting the kills.
Right.
And if you look at the damage done on the Apex team, you've got Sosa's in the 3k, TLM is in 3k, I think Claudia's on 2.5. So their lowest is 1.8k damage with.
It's 1.7 with Alias, but he has 8 kills.
Yeah, but whereas Valorant unfortunately have 3.
You know,
players
690 per damage on one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's coming from Stewie on there, which that's actually surprising because Stewie is a former Apex player. He understands how this game works. Now, it's been a long time since he has played it. You know, ever since he switched.
Stewie plays fun as well, though. So
yeah.
I'm not saying that makes him a bad player in any way, shape, or form. He's got that different mentality. You know, he'll be coming into this going, haha, what cheesy, funny stuff can I do, whilst also trying to get a win.
Right.
Whereas, you know, you've got Sosa who's gone, nope, I'm gonna slap that smile off your face and get the win.
Yep.
But you know what? It just shows actually because they had that moment where they had good control, it isn't a one-sided win for Apex.
It's not. Now
like
this match is going to Apex here.
Yeah, there's no way now. They can't take it back there. So Apex have got the first game. Kills and damage wise, it was rather one-sided.
It was very much so.
Point-wise, though, no, it was not. That was a very close game.
Yeah. So now here's the thing: is will we be seeing them changing their strategies from the round 1 going into game 2.
And I'm going to change the map as well, just to really throw a spanner in the works. You know what? I love Lava Siphon. It's totally new map time.
So,
GG's everyone. Close on points. No, it wasn't 13-0. So this is the thing, like in Valorant, in Valorant, it's obviously the team who wins the rounds. Point wise, that was close, you know, but it was still kind of quite a one-sided.
yeah, it was almost a wash.
It was almost a wash. If it wasn't for that one moment where they managed to take back 2 and put the pressure on C until the respawns happened,
Yes.
that could have very much been the equivalent of a 13. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't have been a 13-0. I don't know how you want to kind of compare it. I don't think the way that was going from kills and damage, I don't think Apex were in a position where they were going to lose that. They held the early control points, and at one point they had almost all 3.
They did.
Whereas Valorant never managed to secure more than 1 or 2 without. They didn't look like they were ever going to put pressure on the 3rd one.
Right.
But they still had the points. They still had that moment where they got the points.
Here's the other thing too, was I don't know if you noticed it, but from the looks of it, the Apex guys were using their abilities far more often than the Valorant guys were. You know,
They had a plan. I think the plan worked for them a bit.
Yeah.
Unity was muted the whole game. Oh, yeah. It was a good game. You know, Falcon played some fantastic kills in that. Constantly pushing on the 2 defensive characters, getting in the other doors was working. Tyr was doing a similar thing, pushing those doors, getting the damage in. He wasn't getting the kills,
yeah,
but Falcon was clearing up straight after Tyr on the 2.
right.
But saying that at the same point, I'm going to be honest and go props to Alias and Mono, because they held that cap 2v3, 2v4 for quite some time. And
They
although
were
they
doing
lost
a
it,
fantastic job.
yeah, although they lost it on quite a few occasions, it was when they got pushed by the full team. You know, I don't know if you
Yep.
noticed, but it was like they had 4 or 5 dropping in, breaking through those fences, coming through the traps and clearing up. But every time they took that cap from them, there was already 3 or 4 people putting the pressure on their spawn and the middle of the map. Now, the middle of the map doesn't have any capture points, but you saw TLM was just, again, racking up the damage and kills by acting as that anchor point. So even though they took that one site and came back out again, that's why I was saying it's an interesting one. So a lot of points were close. I'm surprised it was as close points wise.
Yes, definitely.
But it just showed again, as you said, they managed to keep the pressure up, and they did very, very well.
They did. And so here's another thing, too. You know, since we're talking about the divisions, is that the Valorant guys, they still they're only using Discord in terms of how they communicate. Whereas the Apex guys, they only use TeamSpeak, you know, for all their voice comms. I don't think I've ever seen any of the Apex guys on Discord unless they're playing another game. Anytime they're on Apex, I've only ever seen them on TeamSpeak.
They do occasionally drop in. I think they started alternating at one point. So I did see them on TS, and I joined them all on Apex a while ago for one of their Mandos. But they're both on comms. They're both on voice comms specifically. Can I kick diary? Not in the server. Let me just reply. He's gone. That's fine. I had a message on Discord which I'd minimized so I could concentrate on the game. They're like, if you need me, just put me on TeamSpeak. But yeah, it was really close.
That was. Okay. So now, from the looks of it, it does seem as though Tracer is able to get 2 more, or he's trying to get 2 more. So we might end up seeing full teams on both sides.
It might be. I potentially have to actually drop down and play Apex, and I've not played in a few days. And we all know how I got into Apex, right? I don't need to reshare this story, do I?
One of the Apex tournaments, you got absolutely creamed.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to. All right, short story. So it was a year and a half ago now, actually. That's how long I've been playing Apex now. So a year and a half ago, Apex ran a free to play, open to everyone in tournament. And I used to be as close to a professional gamer as you actually get, as in I had a contract, I had a sponsor, I earned money, and it was in first person shooters. So I was kind of good at first persons, and I played Apex like back in season 1 and 2 for about 70 games and thought, oh, how hard can this be? So I joined the Apex tournament, and I was the only player ever to get minus numbers. Minus points. I lost points. Oh, so
Now-
I was like, that's not happening again. So I actually started playing the game more, and that's how I got into it. to repair my ego.
And now the funny thing about that is, so that day, I had work during the tournament. But when I came back, the tournament was still going on, and there was one team that needed one extra person. That team was Gino's team. It was me, Gino, and Anchor Tyke.
Yeah,
And oh man, it was brutal.
it was brutal.
Because
Brutal.
back then, at the time, Apex had nearly 50 people in the division.
And they were all really good players as well.
Yes. So
and the NA team people played as well.
Oh,
And they
God,
were really good
yeah.
players.
So one of the players on the NA side was Saxon.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing with Saxon is that he is amazing at the game.
He was a really, really good Bangalore. Taught me quite a bit, actually.
Yeah. And, on top of that, there was people like Pilgrim, and then there was Hazmat. There were so many different people that made it so much harder for everyone else that it was just insane.
All right, let's go. I'm pressing the start button. It looks like everyone is ready. Mono and Tier all ready. I've hit the button. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. So, Serenity has joined. Oh, okay. So, I think Serenity is one of the new players, but I think I might be getting them mistaken with someone else, but I think someone told me Serenity is a really, really good player.
I think you're right.
And we also Lenint from in chat, who
Yeah.
I believe is one of the better Valorant players as well, has also joined. So this is gonna get interesting. But I've just changed it. It's on lava. This is a great map in general.
It's
not
fantastic.
for Control. It's a great map. For the normal battle royale, I hate this map so much. Hate it. It's just one of those maps where it's got everyone drops these same 2 places, and when you're solo, because I queue solo, so I end up
Yeah.
having to play with 2 randoms. The
As
amount of
do I.
times I lose 40 points in my rank because people drop you in silly places is
Insane.
there are words I can't repeat on TeamSpeak.
Yes. Okay. So TL is going from being the defender to they are playing as Valk. Valk is a very aggressive legend. Ooh, okay. That is interesting. Soswa is playing as Seer this time.
Well, the thing is, so Lava Siphon has a little bit more height to it, but Valk isn't as great a pick for this type of map as you would think. Yes, it will
Right.
get you up on the high ground, but the control points aren't up there, and you can fight inside more often than not now. So it will be interesting to see how it works. And with the rework, the space, the jump, the jetpack isn't as quick, and it doesn't go as far as it used to.
Right.
And I say that because Valk and Pathfinder are my two mains. So I've mained Valk for the last 3 seasons, and then I've only just recently switched to Path. So who are we watching first?
I am watching TL right now. I want to see how they're going to play this because, unlike, okay, so Purple Sloth got annihilated by Teardrop though, right there. Wow. Okay.
So TLM coming in the back. Yeah.
Yep.
There's the first clear up. So this
Nice
is
little
a
pick.
yeah, nice little pick. Get behind. So this again, look, Rampart, Caustic. We're gonna lock down that top site. Is Mono on Watson again?
Mono is
Yeah.
on Watson. I think I'm gonna be honest here. I think Mono only knows how to play as Watson.
No, I will be honest. Mono can play quite a few.
Yeah,
But
I just like to say it because gotta give him a little bit of, hard time for it.
oh, he's terrible at everything else.
Yeah. So Watson is actually one of my personal mains as well.
Oh, you're all weird.
But here's the thing: is I main Wraith, Watson, and Bloodhound.
I see what TLM's doing with the. That's not gonna work though. There's too many players.
Oh, trying to. Oh, okay.
So what TLM's plan is, I think, is try and hold the high ground, and so they don't have to leave people on C,
Right.
and
just-
only come back to C when they try to take the vents. But look, they're
Yes.
putting the zips. They're putting zips up from across the side.
Okay, so it seems though Valorant has captured C, and they're actually holding it down pretty well.
Which is all right, but they've not got B, and I don't know who's. Is anyone pushing A?
Yes, actually, Soswa is right now. He's running the Nemesis, and he actually picked up a bow check.
Oh well, I feel sorry because I know Sosa is really,
Oh,
really good with that
wow.
bow. Really good with that bow.
Whoever is peaking damage right now is using the charge rifle, which honestly,
Vupok.
Vupok, that's not a great pick because the bow check is just an absolute monster. Okay, so it does look as though Apex was able to regain control of C.
Yeah, this map typically, from my occasions of playing Control, is won by who holds B.
Yes.
And whoever holds B but can put a bit of pressure on the enemy spawn wins it. So if Valorant had have been able to have taken B with taken their spawn like they just did, that would have given them a very good chance to win. But they didn't actually manage to capitalize it.
Ooh. That was a really nice pick from Radical there.
Sosa, Sean. I don't know. I think Sosa might be a good person to watch at the moment because he's got the high ground, he's got the bow check, he's popping his ult out. If he can get it down by the window, he'll be able to just keep pressure up with that bow check.
Their entire team is just focusing on trying to get from A to C. It doesn't even look like they're attempting to grab B. And
won't
Sos
work
was
then.
going for the Kraber. Oh, is he gonna drop the bow check for it though? That's the question.
Probably.
He is. Okay.
Oh, zip incoming.
So here's the thing about the Kraber is that it is a guaranteed one-shot headshot.
It depends now. It got nerfed. I don't know when you last.
Yes, but here's the thing: in this game mode, you can't
Oh,
get.
you can't get purple?
Yes. Well, you can get purple, but you can't get red. So it is a guaranteed one-shot headshot in this specific game mode.
Sosa's just gonna crack shields. I don't think
Oh,
Yeah, look, 210.
wow. He just annihilated Limits there. Ooh, yeah. So in this game mode here, the Kraber is absolutely just cracked. Simply
However,
because
Sosa's lost his aim a bit there. He missed a few.
he has, yeah. And
He's
then
he's just taking leg shots. But this is, yeah, I think you're right. You know, if he can keep the pressure up, even
I
with
think I
only,
see what he's
he's getting
doing.
pushed.
I think I see what he's trying to use all of the Kraber ammo so he can go back to the Bocek without giving the Valorant guys a chance to get that Kraber and put the advantage on their side.
Equally though, if he keeps getting those cracks, then the rest of the team who are pushing will. Sorry, I was. I wonder what was happening there. Every time he gets those cracks and they keep the pressure up, it's a better chance for his teammate because
Yes.
no shields. You know, with nemesises and things like that, oh, he's going to try and get someone flying. Nah, he's not going to try for it.
So now, right now, this specific match is actually turning into quite a bit of a wash. Unless Valorant can gain control of B and then start to just put pressure onto C, I don't think they're going to be able to actually hold up here. I think they're going to end up losing this match in a complete wash.
There's another.
That was a
last
kill.
Shot.
That was a
the
kill.
last shot.
That was against Zara Void.
Oh, look, respawn beacon.
Oh, yep. Sure enough.
He dropped it. He didn't get it as far forward as I think they would have liked, but it's still in a good place. You know, saying that, they've got a 53-32% advantage at this point. If they can get that respawn beacon off and get a bit of pressure on without losing A, it could work for them.
It could.
But look, just if I know this is going to be a little bit dull, but just pop over to Alias and Serenity.
They have got this locked down. It is going to be hard to try and get this zone.
Cause Mono's left them to it.
Yes.
Mono's moved into middle.
Mono's sitting
Serenity.
up on roof. Okay, so they're currently taking a fight right now.
Yeah, they're trying to finally push B.
And Alias is just causticking every entrance, and as soon as he sees the door open, he just pops his gas.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're in this type of building and you've got a caustic, a rampart, and a Watson, that needs to be either a concentrated effort or not.
Serenity. Ow.
Serenity, yeah, Serenity is good. So if you've got Alias backing you up, and Alias is good as well.
Yes, Alias
Alias is better than B by far. But if you can just keep putting caustic traps down, make pushing in hard, and then when you get a bit of damage from Alias, you got a player like Serenity just gonna come using that movement out in your face. Yeah, you can see why they're trying to push C. I think they've just went, we're not gonna get in B.
Yeah. But the thing is that they're not going to be able to take it. They're at a 30% disadvantage right now in terms of being able to regain it. And in my time of playing Control, I've never seen a team come up from this far of a gap.
No. Like at this point, you can tell with the Apex team, they know they've got Bravo locked down. They don't even need to put the pressure on A because they've got the high ground in mid.
Yep.
They're holding it. They're constantly applying pressure. So even though the respawn ships are coming in short, there's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
They can't take
Oh,
B.
man.
They don't need to take A.
Purple Sloth right there. That was some fantastic movement. So it looks as though 2 or 3 of them are just sitting in the very back of A, just trying to get as many peek shots as they can. Purple Sloth was really low right there, but he just was able to use Pathfinder's movement and just grapple into safety and be able to fully heal.
Yeah.
That is something I love seeing from the Apex guys, is that they understand their characters' movements and what they need to do in order to survive these kind of fights.
Yeah. I had a comment from, I think it was Teardropper when I played the last tournament, because mechanically, what did he say? Mechanically, I'm an okay player.
Oh.
I'm not great. I am not a Serenity or anything like that. But you've got the game sense, and
Yeah.
the game sense can win you the matches
And
very easily.
right there, Purple just absolutely annihilated Falcon. That was a gunfight that, you know, most Valorant people would have thought that they would be able to have that simply because of the fact that Purple was over here just standing still and shooting. But this isn't Valorant. The recoil in this game is nowhere near as severe as it is in Valorant. You know, yes, there is recoil, but you
It's
just have to
negatable.
hold down on your mouse. You don't have to, you know, tap fire, anything like that like you would in CS or in Valorant. You just have to know the recoil direction. And since Purple over here has a purple barrel stabilizer and a purple stock, he is in such a good place right now.
So Purple, actually, you know, let's watch Purple for a bit. Unlike Sosa is, you know, one of the better players you're going to see in the game. You know, if he ever decided he wanted to play the game a lot more than he does, that is a Masters pushing Pred style player.
Yes.
Purple is your very typical average gamer. You know, normal aim, normal game sense.
Yes.
Perfectly normal game, and that is not an insult in any way, shape, or form. Not everyone can be brilliant at games. Just look at me and Precise.
Yeah.
Perfectly normal at this game.
Like, I think my all-time high is like plat 2.
Like I've made diamond like once or twice. I always push flat. I don't get to play, but that was as close to a whitewash.
Wow, man, that was brutal.
Yeah, Purple played the position really well. Sosa up on top. I'm gonna split that one between Sosa getting a little bit of man of the match up top. Just that constant pressure, constant poke.
I mean,
not letting them get a thing. And Alias and Serenity.
Look at the Apex team's damage compared to the Valorant right there. That was insane.
All right. This is the funny map.
Okay, so now here's what I want to see I want to see if they're going to change up their teams in terms of who is on the teams, or if they're going to keep this layout of who's on what teams.
I think they probably will. I mean, you've got Alias and Mono, two very good defensive players, two very good control players. You've got Purple can play as a bit of an average everywhere. TLM is, you know, is another good point player. They're your anchor, someone that you can kind of fall back to and go back. And then obviously Sosa and Immunity, two extremely aggressive players. And I think it is Radical is Claudia Cloudberry.
No, it seems as though some team changes are going on the Valorant team.
And I don't know the Valorant players outside of obviously the ex-Apex people. Vupok was having a decent game, you know, Tyr again and Jones King getting the damage in. I didn't see much of Lemit through that game.
Neither did I. I mean, I saw him every time that he would go down to, you know, like
to
Purple
Sosa on the top. But yeah, it's all Tyr's fault. I'm just reading through chat now.
Ouch.
Alias starting to panic when everyone's like landing on his doorstep. But you don't push a caustic in his house.
You don't.
Lenise is just blaming Tyr for it. Not gonna lie, it's not far off. You know, it is all Tyr's fault.
Okay, so Tyr is now on Falcon's team. So did they lose someone? They did. But
they did. Who
dropped out?
No, there's Jones King, Teardrop, Vupok, Falcon, Zara,
Because it
Gangster.
was 2 3s and 1 2
Hmm.
on both
Stewie.
teams. Stewie, yes, Stewie.
Captain Fantastic. I'll tell you something, right? If you ever want to learn a game, it doesn't matter whether you want to be good at a game, but if you just want to learn a game, get into a game and, have a bit of fun and understand it, Stewie is the go-to player.
Okay, so
Like-
Stewie's PC crashed. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now let's see here. On average, I can play this game pretty decently. I mean, I've been playing it since it came out after all, so I hope I'd be pretty decent at it. So, my thing is that for me, I've never personally wanted to try and push beyond plat. And that's nothing against the actual, game itself. It's just that once you get into those kind of lobbies, because of the way that the matchmaking works, especially with the new ranked system, it just gets progressively harder.
It's a grind, and the way it's currently working with the numbers is if you're currently this season in gold, it's the equivalent of last season's plat, and if you're in plat, which is roughly where I am at the moment, it's last season's diamond.
Yeah. And then so the thing is that when this new rank system came out, they had changed so much of it that what used to be gold or what used to be diamond was now gold. Right? So that came out, I believe it was 2 or 3 seasons ago. Now, it's been a little while.
Well, they changed the way it works pretty much every season. They adjust the
Yes.
point scoring. So one season you got pretty much unlimited points for your kills. It didn't matter where you came in the actual game. Another season they gave you points more based on your position, and it was a multiplier with your kills. This season it is a lot more brutal. If you do not get top 5, top 3,
And
with
if you don't get kills, you're out.
Very minimal points. I think if you're in gold and you get top 5, you break even. If you get top 3, you get about 40, 50 points. So it costs 42 to enter at my current rank. So if I'm not getting top 5 with a kill or two, it's you don't go anywhere. You don't go up. You stay where you are. I have to be honest and go, I have not enjoyed this rank season.
Yeah.
I've not played it as much because it's just not, I don't want to say fun. It's not as fun. Like, I like trying, I like pushing and having those good games, but I have more bad games because I can't compete against Masters.
Right.
Or, I can't compete against Masters and Preds, and I'm getting Masters and Preds in my lobby.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, on a good day you'll win. No, it's like for anyone who's a football or a soccer fan, that's like watching Man United play your local pub team. You're not going to win that fight, even on a good day. It's just not going to happen.
Okay, so it
So
seems
it's been
though
quite
all
brutal.
of the players are back.
We are ready. Mono is ready. So, VA ready. APL ready.
Okay. Now this is the last control game in this
Yep.
series. After that, are we doing standard BR or are we doing
Team deathmatch, I do believe.
deathmatch? Okay.
Yeah, which will actually, in all fairness, that will probably give the Valorant team the best chance. So
Yes.
control is I think was always going to be.
Yes. But here's the
Apex.
thing is if Apex wins this last match of control, then that means that even if Valorant wins all 3 of the games, we're going to have to go into a tiebreaker.
Yeah, but I don't think Apex want to give this up. And
When
it comes to team deathmatch, it's going to be an interesting one because Valorant will have a better chance because they'll have the aim. The aim will transition, but team deathmatch, if it is team deathmatch that we're playing, the maps are a lot more vertical.
Yes.
So knowing that map, knowing that game mode, knowing those little peaky spots, the first game, or probably just the first game, is going to be massively in Apex's favor if they know it.
Right.
Because it'll take a game or two to get used to the map.
Most of these guys here on Apex have been practicing, you know. And honestly, that's where I feel bad for the Valorant guys. Is that they, you know, like I said, I had a chance to talk to Teardrop. He said that they haven't been practicing and that they were just that confident in that they were going to win. So now here's my thing: is Teardrop now feeling that pressure? Is he feeling that? Oh, hey, maybe we should have practiced.
We can't get 6-0 after 6-0ing them equivalent.
So, and then if Apex 6-0's them here, are we going to see a third final game?
All right, so we got Control, we got Caustic. Now, this map is a bit different to the first two. So, the first two games have quite obvious pressure points in terms of the the map location. There's quite a few things, but there's jump pads for Caustic treatment, but there's a lot more open ground, so there's a lot more maneuverability to be able to get to A and C. However,
Yes.
B is bigger, there's more open ground in there.
Yes, and so here's one thing I've noticed from when playing on this specific map here, is that while you can try and focus on B,
you need to be able to take A and C.
Yes. This map here is very brutal. If you do not understand this part of the map in general.
Yeah, look, Falcon, I don't know if you can see, but Falcon and Tear are pushing C straight away.
Yes.
On the run over, you could see Tear was looking at... Oh, grenades coming in. Oh. You could see Tear was looking at certain parts of the map. I think telling Falcon where to put his ult the next time he comes along. Because there's two really good positions on this map there. If you've got a Pathfinder and you get that zip line, you can really, really, really make it quite brutal for your team to push.
Yes. And now, unlike the previous two maps that we've had, this map here actually does favor Bangalore. Because of how wide open it is, Bangalore can actually use her ult to either keep the advantage, on their side, or use that as an opportunity to push in and use her ult as cover.
Yeah. The only downside is, as well, this map has a lot of low-hanging ledges, broken bits of floor. It is very easy for the larger models, like the Pathfinders, to get caught and get trapped, get stuck. So if you don't do careful, you will be stuck.
Right. Okay, and as we can see here, currently, Valorant is in the lead.
Yep, that's because they got that early push on C and took the point. Now they've lost it. Serenity has Sheila out on Falcon right there. I don't know. I'm not sure where you were watching.
I was watching Sosua. Sosua was the one who ended up taking back C. Oh, wow. Okay, so Serenity is just pushing in using Sheila. And fortunately, they were able to take him out.
Yeah, well, I think that was a 4v1 fight.
I do believe
Serenity took 2 of the original 6, so it 6v1 became a 4v1.
Yes. So here we see Alias again holding down B. And he is holding it down from the back of the point, which is a really good idea because you can get a really good angle on every single spot that teams might try and push in from.
Yeah, switching over to Tear again, you can see Tear is just saying, just leave the fight in B. They've got the zip, they've put the zip in place, they're smoke pushing C every time.
Yep.
And looking at it, do they they don't control anything at the moment.
No, they don't.
They're going to take C, but they've lost A. They've lost B. They've got 2 people on C. No one at all near B.
There's a lockout. Oh, wow. Okay. So for those of you who haven't played this before, a lockout only happens when one team controls all of the zones.
So you've got a 1v1 fight happening on C. Oh,
And unfortunately,
won it.
Immunity just took him out. So if they're able to successfully recapture this, then that means that the
have.
Valorant guys won't even get a chance to try and push one of the other zones.
Quickly check M, press M, check the map, and look at that. There is no one on C, no one on B. It is just a pure fight for A at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's switch over to see what's going on over here from the Valorant guys. So Tyr here. Tyr's being really smart. He's going ahead and throwing down his ult. He's going to try and force them off of A here. That is a really smart idea.
It is, however, it also affects their own players, and
Yes.
they're locked in A. They're quite surrounded on A at the moment. So if this stays like this for another 20-30 seconds, they're not coming back from this.
Yeah, if you open up the map now, you can see while the Valorant guys, they're being able to hold their own. Oh, someone's pushing to C. Who's pushing towards
There's
C?
another Pathfinder. Pathfinder's got another zip off, so they've got that escape line now. They've got a double.
Vupak is trying to push C. Unfortunately, one of the Apex guys has noticed him and is going to hunt him down. He isn't even going to give him a chance.
Purple got that. Well done, Purple.
He wasn't even going to give him the chance to get over there.
So someone's still fighting from... Oh, Sosa and Claudia. Watch Radical for a bit. Radical is Claudia, one of the newer people. Quite active on Discord, actually. So, you know, it's nice to see them in chat. Holding them back and just keeping that pressure on so well.
Wow. Yeah, so this is actually insane. The Apex guys noticed what they were doing pretty early on after that second push that Tyr and his team made for C.
They're holding the wall now.
Yeah. So now they're not even going to give them a chance to try and get to it. Unfortunately, there's 2 that are slipping by. However, red team has pinged it. Okay, so there's one person chasing them down. Who is that?
Yeah. They've lost A, but they've lost A, and they're about to lose B as well.
C. There are now people on C. Who is over there?
Come on, this way.
Vupak and his team, that includes Stewie, are trying to capture C here.
You know what? Come on, Vupok. Come on, Stewie. This, if they want to stay in it, they've got to hold this for them. They need to get that 30-40 seconds worth of control back, otherwise...
They do.
Vupok
And it
is...
seems Immunity's team is just pushing C hard. Fortunately, Falcon or Zarvoid was able to take them out, but in the end, it seems as though they were able to keep that away from their team.
Serenity, Radical, Claudia, and TLM just cleared up.
No. And if you open up the map now, there's only one person on B. The rest are all on A. However, all of Apex guys are on C. One of them just Valk ulted. And now they're pushing.
On the minimap. They're going to go straight in and help with B.
Yeah.
And I know this is going to sound bad, but Gangster Mai and who is it who's holding A? And Neeps, they need to push. They need to be putting pressure on. You can't stay and hold it. You're not getting push. You're not getting pressure. Take the
TLC,
fight, push forward.
I was going to say, did TLC see the Gangster Myler? Because he was trying to push in with Rampart. Alias this game is surprisingly the one with the least amount of damage here, but once again, he's just trying to hold down B But that
But
does,
holding down B is all he needs to do.
yeah.
One person hold the middle of the map, no one holding the home point, and they're keeping the pressure up on the enemy base.
All right,
It's the
so
same
if
with lava
you
sight.
switch over to Teardrop, who now it seems as though they've gone through and taken back C successfully this time, and now it seems as though they're gonna try and push towards the middle of the map.
Yeah, they're fighting towards B, but they're out. No, it's a 4v4 at the moment.
However, Apex is going after A with a 2-1 lead right now.
Whoever's holding tier up is doing
That's
fantastic.
Immunity here is such a solid player. He's gonna go for the Kraber and it doesn't work. However, now Teardrop has picked up the Kraber.
And the gold shields. So gold shields, basically, you get if you use a cell. I don't think he saw Wraith.
Doswell there.
So the gold shield, when you use a cell, which normally gives you one, gives you a shield back, it gives you two.
Yep, and this is where we're seeing a lot of these guys failing here, is that the Apex guys, they're forcing it to be a close quarters fight, whereas the Valorant guys are trying to keep it long range.
Yeah, again, poke damage doesn't win games. There's someone in the building, Willany. Don't know if they can see through the window. I'm watching Tear again, and I don't think he spotted him either.
Take a look at Alias here. He is
Alias.
being pushed in hard, but yet he's keeping this attacker off of B simply by having his gas out.
Well, Caustic's in his lab. I'm not sure what they expect.
Oh, wow. Take a look at that map. Here, the
I'm
only
watching
person
Alias.
who isn't on A is the person that Tyr is fighting.
Alias.
That was
Just-
Vupak.
that
Everyone
was
else,
just mean.
everyone else is on A. They're trying to keep Apex off of capturing A, but it just is not working. They're
Again,
taking too many fights and they're dying too much.
Just one of those games where control. There's different trains of thoughts about who can win and how you win on the map and whatnot. But whoever holds the middle of the map and can put pressure on the enemy spawn typically will win the game. Because if you're putting pressure on the enemy spawn, they have to take it, otherwise they fight further back.
Yep.
And when you've got players who can use their abilities and hold B, it only takes one player to anchor that entire
Right.
map. That leaves the other, 7, 8 players to be able to put pressure on the spawn. And when it doesn't work, it only takes 2 or 3 of them to peel off to go try and defend the base.
Yeah. And if you take a look, switch over to Mono, while he did just die, he's actually playing Watson aggressively now. He's only has one trap set on B to help Alias, and the rest he is using completely aggressively to try and keep the enemy team back into their spawn. And now this is going to be a game here because there's no chance that Valorant wins this. There's absolutely no chance now.
One of the things I do when I play this match, if I'm not playing Path, you play Valk. The second you've got your ult, you make sure it's called and you just take 2 people with you to their spawn. Look at Alias just abusing that. It's Caustic. Caustic doing wall bounces. Oh, I don't know. Oh, that's the
That, man, Valorant was looking really good there for a few there at the very beginning, but man, that just turned into a bloodbath.
Yeah. It's the downside to control. Capture the flag, King of the Hill, whatever type of game mode it's kind of officially called. If you don't practice it, or if you haven't at least played a chunk of game mode, it's always going to be hard.
Before we actually start the next round, I want to have both Mono and Teardrop hop in here individually and tell us how they're feeling about the game so far.
One by one or together?
One by one. I'm sending a Tracer a message.
I'll let you do that. I've mentioned in chat. So I think next up is
User was moved to your channel.
Mono,
Oh.
how's it going?
Hello.
All right.
Uh,
So far you guys are 3-0 against the Valorant team. How are you guys feeling so far? Now, at the beginning of that last match, it seemed like it was going to be a little bit rough, but you guys turned it around. How are you guys feeling so far? Are you happy that this has kind of turned the tides and you are doing to Lim what they did to you in the last Apex versus Valorant?
The first game, it surprised us. I'm not gonna lie. It was very tight. We did have a kind of plan going into it, but I feel like the plan we kind of had, without being mean, it underestimated their abilities, which you might not like, because we had like one squad playing aggressive, and then we were just playing like 2 mid, 2 B. But they were playing so aggressive and constantly rotating around, it just made it too problematic. So then the next game, we went in with a more clear plan. We were literally playing holding both the points, stuff like that, just controlling the middle of the map, and it worked. But they're constantly flanking. They're always flanking. I don't know if this is a Valorant thing, but they constantly flank, and it's annoying. It's annoying to keep calling it out. They're everywhere.
Okay.
They're difficult to play against. And in the last game, I think in the last game, I feel like we just played aggressive. We were literally just like, let's full on push them. We nearly locked them out as well, which
You did have a lockout for about 5 seconds at one point.
Yeah, I was a bit annoyed we couldn't hold it, but
Funny enough,
their aggressive push at the start really concerned me.
Yeah.
When they got that, I was like, damn, we struggled to retake it.
Yep.
Like, guys, we need to get this now.
Good.
yeah, you got it, and I think I was sent up aside, and I got about 30 seconds to get it back, otherwise it'll start to get away. But then this is an outside observation. Them constantly trying to push that flank is actually what cost them 2 of the 3 games, because they were trying to flank but leaving control of one site always to you, meaning you just had to then concentrate on the other as a team. And whereas you could split and put a bit of pressure on both, they were focusing one over the other, and it didn't quite work for them. Did at the start, but not.
I feel like the problem they might be having, as an observation, because we've done control now, so going into TDM, so this might be a bit of a closer match, but I think it was the 3 people that we had on B just meant it was too difficult to push. So we had the caustic on there for the gas. We had the rampart on there for like the aggressiveness. Like I was just putting fences everywhere and playing around it. It just made it too difficult to break the point, and I feel like they would have to commit too much resources just to get on that, and then they would have just lost the spawn.
Yeah, well,
Right.
thankfully you've just provided the same
Analysis
commentary
that we
that I
had.
did. So the observation is shared. It was you either push onto it as a team and then fight back from it, or you ignore it. But if you're ignoring it, they kept leaving a couple of people on their spawn when they needed to push with the with the team as a concentrated lot, whereas the Apex team left it and pushed as a concentrated lot. And I think that with the flanking is what just edged it after that. In terms of tactics, gameplay wise, yeah, Apex.
It's worrying. Like, they've thrown a lot of surprises, and there was a few points in the game it was like, guys,
Okay.
pull it together.
So now, how are you guys feeling going into TDM, where this doesn't rely on keeping hold of objectives, but it relies on you being able to get more kills, knowing that these guys are very sound in their gun skill? How are you guys feeling about that?
I feel like I think this is going to be the deciding factor. We're taking away gameplay knowledge. This has basically come down who are the more coordinated.
Who are the better Apex
Obviously,
players?
these guys play as a team a lot in Valorant and stuff. They're going to have that coordination. They're going to have some of the callouts. some of them know the game as well. So we haven't got that advantage over them.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be how coordinated can people stay together? What are people's gun skills like? Are they going to get kills? Are they not going to get kills?
All right.
But I'm hoping we
Yeah.
can maintain it.
All right,
That sounds
Tracer.
good.
Well, we appreciate that.
Let's kick Tracer. Let's just
Yep.
kick from TeamSpeak. Get Teardroppo in here.
Right.
That's what we want.
All
Very tough
right.
down.
So
Good luck.
Thank you.
good luck.
User left your
Let's see
channel.
if we
User
can
was moved
quickly
to your
get
channel.
Teardroppo in.
All right,
How's it
Teardroppo.
going?
How's it going?
Right. Well, of course, you can see on the stream there is some struggles here and there. I would mostly push that one on. We're having some internal coordination issues. So
Okay.
we have, of course, we knew that they were gonna lock down B in every game. So my idea was not to even attempt B because all we need is 2 sites.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, the issue with that was, of course, in the chaos of battle, sometimes people just run out into the field, and I think that costs us quite a lot. We had, of course, the aggressive push were often interrupted in like towards the mid area of the map. So
Yeah.
looking back
Right.
at that, that definitely was an issue.
Okay.
But I think the first few flanks we brought were quite strong.
Yes.
Because those were very organized, very coordinated, and of course, with then suddenly someone screaming in the back, "Oh yeah, oh they're taking A," panic arises and the organization kind of breaks
Okay.
down.
So now, how are you feeling going into these next set of games? Because I remember, when I sent you that message the other day, you said you guys hadn't warmed up for, these matches. Are you feeling the pressure from that and feeling like maybe you guys should have warmed up a little bit? And if so, what are you going to be trying to, incorporate, whether it be like, are you guys going to try and just win through gun skill? Or, from my personal notice, I've seen you guys haven't been using your abilities anywhere near as much as the Apex guys.
Yeah, so that of course is gonna be a point in the next matches. The fact that we haven't been using much util. That I would blame so far. We had a few people in our mids that haven't played the game, or at least the game modes before, so control was a bit of a odd one for them. But deathmatch is a bit more down to the game, and you
Yeah.
can easily explain that one.
Yeah.
Right.
And we had a few death matches earlier. Like we warmed up at like an hour, 2 hours before the match started, and we have the gun skill necessary
That
to
you do.
actually do damage.
Yes.
It's not that it's I think in control the overall gameplay element of locking down an area has really helped them out quite a lot to win this and make a decisive stand there. And I think in a team deathmatch we have a bit more of a chance because it really comes down to who shoots better, who hits more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
I think that's quite similar to what I was just saying. And
Yeah.
technically, Mono was saying very similar. It's going to come down to who's the better Apex player in a one-on-one situation, and that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a good Apex person, player, gamer,
Right.
because it's who can left click or right trigger faster in a lot of ways for this type of game mode. One observation I had, you guys, I said and called that you just outright ignoring B and just trying to play and see. There was one key difference between every time you guys started a push, you were always leaving a few people back to defend, or you would have one person get kind of the pick in the fight in mid. Whereas the Apex team, they would just abandon their site and push in full, and they'd put someone like Sosa or Purple up top on middle, meaning every time you were pushing, all it took is one or two of you to get cracked, and it was you. I could see you I could almost hear you shouting, just ignore it. Just use the smoke, use the grapple, just get past that mid, just ignore them, go round it. And I could see you pinging and I could see you smoking for your team. and yeah, they just weren't quite keeping up with you. And it happened on Lava Siphon, and it happened on Caustic as well. So I imagine it was a
Yes.
bit
Yeah.
frustrating. But you said communication, so
Okay.
but that's
For
not in a game, isn't it?
So
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, for me personally, that was at times a little bit frustrating because, of course, I have an easy time being shot at and just ignoring it and keep on pushing. I think you've seen that. It's just that the people that would push with me, of course, they would try to take the fight. They would try to eliminate the threat, which is reasonable, but yeah, it's difficult to let go, and
right.
Yeah.
I can't blame them for doing
Okay.
so.
So now, are you going to try and turn this into a 3-3 overtime? Or do you think you guys will end up losing this overall in a
Well,
4-2 situation?
I think this can really go anyway. We have some really skilled people on our team that dished out a lot of damage.
Yep.
Uh, Effectively, in the last couple of rounds, of course, not getting the win, but we still didn't go down without a fight, which is something that
Definitely.
I believe in and is
Right.
going to happen in the next matches as well. So, however it goes, it's gonna be not a very far off game because the last two games were, yeah, they were very decisive. First game was very close. I think these games are going to be quite close. We have gun skill and the confidence to at least go down with a bang if we have to. If we go overtime, hell, I'm taking it. But if not,
I
we
love the
can say we didn't
confidence.
go down without a fight, and Apex has kind of then reclaimed what has happened to them on our fields.
Okay. So now one last question for you. Who do you view as the biggest threat on the Apex team in the upcoming matches? Because Immunity and Soswa are both amazing at their technical knowledge and their gun skill in this game. But who do you view as the biggest threat to your team?
Right. Well, there's throughout my team, of course, there were very different opinions on this one. There were a couple of names being thrown around, even though I think that it would be, you might be surprised, it would be Miz that would actually kind of break some of the defenses here because
Yep.
he's often looked over, but very good at this game. Also mechanically, very good player. So
And they've not picked TLM. They've not picked him for
yeah, but out of the ones that are going up in the TDM, I would say it's really in between Sosa or Immunity. Uh, I know that Falcon Ruby, me, and Jones can go up against them. Um, so the others might struggle,
yeah,
but we're gonna see. It really depends on the loadouts we're gonna get. That's also something I'm kind of curious about. What
Okay.
loadouts are we gonna get?
you won't have played against Serenity or Claudio either, will you? So they're quite new players. So
Yeah.
interesting one. All right.
All
Well, I think at
right.
that point it looks like people are back in chat, so I think we best kick you down so you
Yep.
can get your games. Good luck.
Yep.
Good
Thank you.
luck. Thank you for stopping in. And best of luck to you in these next few matches. So we will see you on the battlefield.
All right. See you on the battlefield.
User left your channel.
You know what? It's quite funny. They both have the same feedback.
Yes.
You can tell they both know Apex quite well, and you
They
can tell
do.
they both have very similar things. Thankfully, it also sounds like we've been on the point with our observations as well. It sounds like all three of us are on the same line. So we have Team Deathmatch. We've got Skulltown for the first game. Apex is ready. We are just waiting for Valorant to ready up.
Yep. All
This is going to be interesting.
So
If they've had a bit of a warm up, so they'll know
have.
what it's like. So it's
But
vertical.
here's the thing: is once they see the map. All right. Sounds like everybody is ready now. So once they see the map, here's the question: is how are the Apex guys
Sosa's broke his desk again.
Okay, so here's the thing: is how aggressive is the Apex gonna take this? Because Skulltown is a very, very small map.
Yeah, but it's very vertical. There's lots
Yes.
of this is the bit.
So-
if they've had the warm up on it,
And
it'll
here's
be fun.
the
If they
thing.
haven't, it's going to be funny.
And here's the thing: there are several legends which can utilize this map really well, such as Valk,
Pathfinder.
Horizon, Octane to an extent. Like, they are all going to be dominating in terms of their movement and their verticality.
Yeah, and there's a couple of cheese spots as well on this.
Yes.
That for those kind of Pathfinder Horizon players, Valk as well. It'll be fun to see if we get some cheese.
All right.
Can't think of.
Mono is playing as Mirage. So we have two.
Double.
Yep. All right. And here's the other thing too, is that they can change their legend anytime they want. Once they die, they can change their legend.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're feeling they need to be more aggressive or they need a better way to the high ground, that is something that they can do.
Yeah, so first off, I'm going to watch Alias, because Alias has returned to his favorite, so he's back on
Yes.
Pathfinder.
I'm going to hop over to Teardroppo and see what he's going to be doing here.
So Alias taught me a lot about Pathfinder, to be fair. So they're doing an aggressive push-up. They're taking the high ground.
Yes. Teardroppo's smoking off one of the areas. However, on this map here, they got the first pick. Good job.
Yeah, Alias landed on the roof. I don't think he realised there was a full team of 4.
Yep.
Yep, so there's the first bit of cheese.
Serenity taking out Zarvoid over them.
The unlimited ammo is going to mean Tier either has to commit to keeping that roof locked down.
Yes.
This
Because-
Neptune is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Because
It's going to be one of those guns that gets nerfed next season.
most definitely the Nemesis.
Mm.
So
You go.
here's the thing. And with unlimited ammo here, with that Nemesis, you can theoretically keep it charged up almost infinitely if you can take the fights. Alright, and so it seems as though Valorant, they're actually going to be playing the low ground here, not the high ground.
The bamboozles everywhere.
So right now, this is actually a very even game.
Yes.
You're in a kill zone.
It's going to be one of those. I think it's going to be what there's no real tactics here. It's going to be some players are going to get into the swing of things.
Yeah.
Uh,
Radicult is staying kind of near the outbacks here, waiting to try and get some nice little poke damage off while she can. Alright, and so now Apex has taken a small lead over the other team. However, if the other team is able to get a good couple of picks here, they're going to be able to easily bring it back up.
yeah, but that's the thing. This is one of those games where it doesn't take long. Oh, they know which side they're spawning. It might actually go a little bit bigger for them now, because if they can keep them confined to that spawn until it goes elsewhere.
And Teardroppo just got pinched in a really bad situation there. And as you can see, half of the loadouts in this specific match, you can actually put on the digital threat optic. So that pretty much eliminates Bangalore from being that much of a problem. Because Bangalore's big thing is being able to smoke off enemies. However, if you can see through that smoke, that is detrimental.
Alright, we've got gunfire. They've took the high ground again.
Yep. Alright, so now Stewie swapped over to Fuse, and there's still someone just sitting up on top of the actual skull up there. They're being ticked by.
Oh, there's the bang. There's the bang ult. This is going to hurt Stewie. Might actually go down to the ult. Sheila is back in the air.
And Immunity taking out. Immunity with a
Yeah.
nice cleanup on both Teardroppo and Stewie there.
So a couple of the guns that got upgrades this season. So the R99 is currently really, really strong. The Nemesis is borderline broke, and if you look at all of the Apex players, they're all pretty much running an R99 and a Nemesis, an R99, a Nemesis, an R99, a Nemesis. Then the rest are playing with cars and
Wingmans.
And Wingmans. For anyone who hasn't played the game, a Wingman is basically the strongest gun in the game, but it's like a revolver pistol.
It's a 3-tap
hand
headshot.
cannon. It's a hand cannon.
Yeah. So now, from the looks of things here, it seems as though most of the picks that it has been. So those 2 picks that Valorant just got are the first 2 since the start of the game. And
Yeah,
if you look at the leaderboard, it does seem as though most of the legends were changed to be more aggressive, to push in.
This is where Mirage is really good.
Yes.
Because if you're playing with your Q constantly, in Team Deathmatch, you can't take a second to go, oh, am I going to get bamboozled? You see a body, you react, you shoot. But the normal Mirage is normally right there. And the second you've shot, not only have we heard you running, you've shot, you've got less ammo in your clip. We know where you are. The Mirage is a good pick.
Very much so.
I'm surprised we're not seeing more play on the rooftop, but I think
it's because the Valorant guys are trying to force the low ground here.
yeah. And at this point, we're on 29 to 11, so we're over halfway. The Apex team are over halfway there now.
Soswa is just coming in here being an absolute movement god right now.
Got the Q off to get away.
Soswa's main here is Wraith.
Yeah.
Right? So he knows how to play Wraith in ways that, the standard Wraith player doesn't know. And if you actually open up the damage tab, as you can see, there isn't a single person on the Apex team who has under 1,000 damage. Most of them are actually closer to the 1,500 mark here. But on the Valorant side, they are really low.
Sosa. Are you still watching Sosa?
Yes, I am.
He just did a super glide into a wall bounce around the corner and almost got the kill as well.
That is one of those things that the Valorant guys aren't going to be ready for, because that's not something that you see in Valorant. That is something that is specific to Apex. Oh, and
he's got the aim. Oh, look at the slide
he just
jump.
shredded him. Oh,
this is Sosa.
Man.
Is currently on fire. He's only got 3 kills, but it's not just that. He's got 1,500 damage.
Sosa is
dying.
just. Here's the thing too: is that he is just using everything in his kit right now. He knows he doesn't have to worry about running out of ammo. He knows that he can get away with doing all these super glides because the Valorant guys are not prepared for it.
Coming in. There it is. I heard that smoke grenade going out.
And so now, while the car is definitely not the best SMG in the game anymore, it is still so amazing. I don't think that one's tier. That's because tier switch. Yep, tier switch to Fuse.
I just saw Bangalore just get caught out.
The reason I know it wasn't him is because Tears has Bangalore's ult. And this game just turned into an absolute bloodbath.
So sad.
It started out so good, and then it just ended so bad.
Serenity, as another player at the moment, we're playing Sheila on this map. Every time it pops, taking that high ground and then just unloading and getting kill after kill. I think, Serenity's probably going to hit 3k this game.
I don't think so. But
it
you know,
might just
and
get it.
here's the other thing too, is that right now, the two best SMGs in this game is without a doubt the Bolt and the R9.
Mm-hmm. So come on.
Come
Salsa.
on. Was
I
that?
I do believe the Valorant players are doing it to them. So I think there's some that word.
Retribution.
Yeah. Hey, Grave.
Hey, Grave, how's it going, bud?
There's a 90-second delay, but there's quite a lot of tall people in chat. If you're looking to come back, yeah, go give any of the players a message. We've got a lot more active on Discord. So.
Yes.
But yeah, first of the team deathmatch strongly in Apex's favor. There.
That was absolutely brutal. Serenity with 17 kills. That was brutal.
No assists either, just mine. Sosa got movement of the game. Serenity just sheer lethality of the game. I think we're seeing a sub.
I think we are.
Right, let's go. All right, do we want it to be hot? Do we want to finish on a hot one, or do we want to finish?
We have 2 more games.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna put us on Habitat. We'll finish with Overflow last. I like Habitat is I don't know if you've played it, but it's a very interesting map.
I have.
It's got a really.
All right, so they're doing some rotating here.
It's got 2 completely different parts of the map. Like, unlike the Control games and that game where everything is quite compact and there's quite linear. You've got one side can fight all the way through to the other.
So they're switching Alias out, it seems.
I wonder.
They're taking in Miz. They're taking in Miz.
Yeah.
All right, so now, while I do not
late, Alias might be going.
While I do not approve of Sosa's, teabagging there, I gotta admit the Valorant guys did have it coming.
There was a lot of teabagging being done. I do believe both me and you in chat called him out for it. And
We
Sosa's
did.
doing it. So Sosa, if you're watching, I'm calling you out for this. Don't teabag tall players.
Come on, man.
It's community driven. All right. Okay. So in that case, 3, 2, 1, start the match. Anyone from Apex on the Stray NA side? If that's still a thing, it has been a while. I don't actually know if we have many NA players still active.
For Apex NA is non-existent, as far as I know.
It's just a combined division now, and it's mostly the EU people.
Yes.
But I think I played with Grave a few times.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Grave. I will ping a message saying "Hi" in chat, which you will have seen me type in 90 seconds. So you'll just ping Juno Daily a DM, and I will send you an invite to Discord, and you can do the whole process of reaching out to people and coming back.
Man, Alias, we appreciate that, but that hurt my eardrums a little bit. Thank you for the sub.
Did we just get a nuke?
We got nuked.
Oh, well done, Alias. I don't get to hear it. you can't abuse my ears. All right.
So
I love this map. I also hate this map.
Yeah. Okay. So Sosa was running the Mastiff in the car. So is Radical, and Immunity is running the Havoc and Peacekeeper. So it looks like they're gonna try and keep us as a close quarters game.
Yeah, they're gonna play the tunnels.
Yeah.
They're gonna play cave.
So everybody here is running either a SMG and an assault rifle, or and a shotgun.
And the interesting thing with this is you can pretty much rule out seeing Bangalore's and Gibbies, because in these caves there's no openings. Oh, there's the push.
There's the push. Okay. So we're at a
straight
nice
trade,
2-2 right
2-2.
now.
Oh, almost got full trades.
Okay, so Apex has taken a 2-point lead now. I'm going to swap over to
Immunity.
Soswa. Soswa once again just coming in.
Oh, Immunity! Oh, Immunity just did a fantastic. Oh, how has he got away? Oh, Immunity just did a fantastic grapple jump to basically get an extra propel, so
Yeah.
it launches you further. Slid through a tunnel into another player whilst trying to shield. Got away on about 10 HP. And like a sliver of health, and is back in the fight.
Soswa is just coming in here and just using his movement to just fly into the back line here.
Yeah.
And even though he isn't getting the kills, he is definitely pumping out damage.
Yeah, 605, 3 kills, 2 assists. Immunity is also getting a lot of poking as well. Mono and Miz.
Serenity once again. Ooh, Serenity tried to get there, but unfortunately was pinched. However, Mono came in right behind him and cleaned it up.
You're in a hot zone. Oh, see, this is just ridiculous. When you watch a Wraith that can actually do all of the slide jumps and get into point blank range with a master
impressive.
in a car. Can't do that on a controller.
No, theoretically you can, but your movements have to be so precise that if you miss your timing by even half of a second, you're not getting anywhere.
Soswa. God, there's the double.
Ooh. 20 and 8 right now. Oh, they're pulling out charge rifles in there. It looks as though some of the guys on Valorant are trying to take this long range. They're not liking being pushed in.
They've managed to say, we're not taking the fight in the tunnels. They're getting some kills back, but for everyone they get, Apex are getting 2 here.
Yep.
Sosa and Miz are getting the kills mostly.
Yes.
I'm feeling a bit sorry for Stewie, because Stewie's
is getting
Stewie,
brutalized.
but he's about my skill level, and I wouldn't want to be playing against this lot.
You know, see, here's what I would. I don't know. I think, Gino, me and you have roughly the same skill level. You just play a lot more than I do, and I'm willing to admit that. But the thing is that I would want to play against these guys simply so that way I could better myself. All right, Alias.
Not in a competitive. I want the kill for my division to look good. I'd be going nope. I'm good. I'll sub in if you need a player to be able to play. Yeah. I'll sub if I'm available. But no.
Oh my God, Soswa just came in and took off Zarvoid's head there.
So far, Sosa in the control
Oh,
was an absolute nightmare because he was constantly holding the mid ground. He wasn't getting all of the kills, he wasn't getting all of the points, but he was getting the assists.
God. Sosa with that flick. Jesus.
In the first team deathmatch was just putting all of the pressure on, and in this one, I think it's Serenity had the man of the match last. This will be man of the match at the moment.
Yeah.
There's no contest. 1.5k, 10 kills, 5 assists. And look, Sosa knows
When to back out.
Yeah, if your teammates have all pulled back, just get out. Even on shield, could have took the 1v1, but not worth it.
Right.
Oh, Bangalore ult. They're fighting on the outside, so top the ult.
So,
You're in their sights.
I will say it is quite weird to see them not going with using digi threats this match.
Well, again, if you're going to play tunnels, you're not really going to get a Bangalore.
That is
And when
true.
you do get a Bangalore, you just play the smoke. You don't need it at that point because they're not gonna.
Man, this match is probably more brutal than the first match in TDM.
This is gonna be over quick.
6 more kills and it's over.
Miz, Serenity, and Claudia just absolutely stand up there. Oh, they've just knocked each other off the zip.
Oh, and Soswa taking out Ruby in the smoke. Nice little tap strafe coming from Soswa over there.
They're fighting around the
Care package.
cap. It's just ridiculous.
This right here, this is where you can see that the Apex guys have put in the time and put in the hours to ensuring they get that clean kill.
Yeah. You know, they're getting the Valorant. They got some damage. They have a couple of 2 players over 1k. One almost hitting 2k.
Wow. Soswa just, man, that was impressive. All right, Alias, you want us to hydrate? Let's take a moment and hydrate.
I've got the last of my drink. Okay, I'll have the last of my drink. I don't think we're going to get many more games. Thank you.
Well, the next one is last one since Valorant wasn't able to pull it into OT. So, whew.
I've not played. Actually, that's a lie. I played Team Deathmatch in the Apex Mando on Overflow, which is it's the fire one, the one that's like the mining. It is interesting, is all I'm going to say. If you've not played it, it's got 2 sides, and there are many different ways to play the game, but there are quite a few places where you will see rampart walls and firing points.
Okay, so it looks like they're doing another substitution. They got rid of... Who'd they get rid of?
Don't see any swaps.
Immunity is back in. Immunity. Apex swapped out someone for Immunity.
Mono, Serenity, Miz, Sosa.
Oh wait, no. I think it just
Radical and Immunity.
Yep.
I mean, the worst player by far is Mr. Alias. And I'm not surprised they've subbed Alias out. I would have subbed Alias out.
Ouch.
Oh, he knows I'm joking. He knows I'm joking. Grave, I see the message. I will ping you a Discord invite once this is over. But no, Alias is good. He spent quite a bit of time helping me get a little bit better with Pathfinder, especially. Man, that was brutal. That was very brutal.
Yeah.
All right.
So Valorant is ready. We just need to wait for Apex to finish getting ready. All right. I am going to run to the restroom really quick. I'll be right back.
No worries. Ah, we do have a swap. We have purple coming in. So it looks like Claudia's checked out for the evening to replace with purple, Immunity and Sosa, and Mono has swapped for Alias. Sosa pulling out that camping table. Yep.
All right. So it looks like they swapped out Cloudberry for purple.
Yeah, so Cloudberry, so Claudia's gone for purple and Mono for Alias. It looks as though the Apex division are nominating Sosa for man of the match. Sosa, you cannot vote for yourself as man of the match. Mum came in and just said, "Here you go. It's a campaign table."
So,
so we got quite a big change. You know, this considering how terrible a person Alias is and how rubbish at the game he is, this could be the game that Valorant win.
All right. All right. So both teams are ready.
Hilarious. All right.
See, D&D isn't an excuse, man.
Okay. Let's do this.
All right.
Go, go, go. May the Star Wars replicators feed you silly Jedi food on their Enterprise. That'll tick Alias off. That works.
That just hurt my head.
Everyone knows the Mandalorian is the captain of the USS Voyager.
Oh my god.
Everyone knows this. And everyone knows that Janeway is the best Sith Lord ever. And if you ever want to blow up a planet, you don't use a Death Star, you use Battlestar Galactica. That's how this works.
Come
right?
on, man. You don't gotta hurt my head like that. All right. So now, for those of you guys unfamiliar with this map used to be a arena map.
Mm-hmm.
And so this map is probably my all-time favorite arena map, which I am so sad they got rid of arena.
I'm not.
I thoroughly enjoyed playing arenas, actually.
I tried it and I could never quite get into it, and in all honesty, it was one of those game modes where if you wanted to meet a cheater, that seemed to be where you wanted to go.
Most definitely. All right.
Better not lose. Tracer's like, we better not lose this. Tracer, if Apex lose, it's your fault. That's how this works. It can't be Alias's fault. I've already given him too much.
Okay.
Oh. All right. So,
my game just crashed. Oh no.
Your game crashed, right? Okay. Whilst you're trying to get back in, I'm gonna just talk through the damage board. So, the Apex team have put 3 straight up one flank, put 6 in the middle, and they are surrounding the Valorant team. The Valorant team tried to flank, ran into a wall of Apex, and actually came out ahead. And then Sosa and Immunity turned up and turned it around. Oh.
Oh man.
So you missed quite a brutal opening there. The Valorant team pushed a flank, ran into a wall of Apex, took the first 2 kills, and then promptly all got wiped off the board. Serenity is still playing Rampart. But running around with a car and a Peacekeeper is brutal. Oh, no. Serenity just got a melee kill.
There we go. And I'm back in.
Serenity just got a melee kill.
All right. So,
what just happened?
Now, here's the thing. Because this is a close quarters map, regardless of, what you think, the thing is about this is that every single person on the Apex team is running close range weapons.
Yep.
You have some mid-range, but even like the flatline, that is still fantastic for close range. Because of its high damage output and its low recoil, it just makes it fantastic. Until you try and hip fire it and miss half your shots like Miz just did.
Yeah. One thing I'm going to point out as well, if you look at the player selections, so on the Apex team, you've got mostly movement players with a couple of just damage dealers. But on the Valorant team, they've got a Gibby and a Lifeline. I don't know what a Gibby and a Lifeline are going to bring to this map.
Honestly, Newcastle would be a little bit better because you could wall off certain areas of the map that would be really, really good against these movement legends.
Yeah, the thing it's the same kind of on this map. It's why I'm surprised we see a Rampart, but Serenity mains Rampart. You've got unlimited ammo, and you've got quite a lot of doorways and alleyways. You just bypass it.
Sosa is coming in here. He was getting pinched off, but once again, he uses Wraith's abilities to be able to get out of there safely.
I'm going to suggest, if you want to watch for a bit, have a look at Serenity. Serenity is showing how you typically don't see a Rampart player. So Rampart is normally quite a static player,
Yes.
but Serenity's playing it with the, you're getting some slide jumps in, whipping out the Sheila, using it super aggressively, then just getting out, coming back in. I think Serenity's almost on 2k damage already.
Yep, 1669. So now here's the thing that I'm noticing is that the Valorant guys are definitely doing better this match than in their previous matches.
But I think the character choice is letting them down here.
Yep.
Stewie's on Gibby. I think Stewie's kind of at that point where accepting doesn't quite have the movement to go up against, Serenity,
Right.
Sosa, immunity. So playing a bigger character to get that Fortify off is not a bad pick. I'm not sure what the lifeline, smaller hitbox, the heal doesn't really come into it that much. You're not going to get the revives. Your ult isn't going to massively give anything.
The most that
think-
the ult would give is cover.
Yeah, but saying that, this is the thing. Gangster's getting kills. Gangster's getting the damage in.
Let's see here. Let's see how... So Gangsta is actually playing this very awkwardly. They're using a alternator and a longbow. From the scenes of it, it looks as though they're trying to take over some of that Valorant knowledge with like the op to transferring it to the longbow. However, the difference is here is that the longbow, it's not like something that is predictable because it is almost hit scan with as fast as it, shoots. But at the same time, you also have to trail your shots to make sure that they hit if the target is moving.
Yeah, and the other thing as well with this game, look at that. Joneskin just came charging through on Alias and said hello. With this game as well, because it's free to play, like a lot of free to play, all characters are available to you.
Yes, so, well, all characters are unlockable, however, they're not instantly available. Unless unless that's changed for custom games. I'm not too sure.
Serenity, Tap Strafe, and I felt quite sorry for Gangster then. Serenity on Rampart just came running around the corner, did a Tap Strafe, bounced off the wall, and I think Gangster was trying to track, but just couldn't. Serenity did, however, just get killed, but 10-2, pushing 3k damage, showing off that Sosa isn't the only movement capable.
Yes.
Once the man of the match, that's what this is. Look at that slide into Sheila.
Man, Serenity here, here's the thing, is that right now, Serenity is pushing man of the match for 2 games now. Both in that first TDM and in this one right now.
Yeah. Sosa slightly has it from the control, just sheer damage output and
Yes.
just pain, but also keeping up on the kills. 10-1, 1.5k. Oh,
Jesus, man.
that was a quick game. I'm
That
sorry,
was
Valorant
so
people.
quick. Alright, you know what? Let's bring in both of the DCs here. And let's get their thoughts on everything. But let's get them in here at the same time.
Yeah. Whilst you give them a ping, I think for me, Pear and Justin from the Valorant team were the better 2 Apex players. Falcon doing consistent damage, some good movement as well. I can see and take a guess that Falcon's played the game a little bit. If they
User
haven't,
joined your channel.
then Falcon gets my
User
new
joined your
person
channel.
award. And then Sosa and Serenity just cleared up.
All right,
Welcome,
guys.
welcome.
GG's to both of the teams
GG's.
there.
Very well played.
That was phenomenal. So now you are both 6-0 in your respective games. Valorant did 6-0 in Valorant, and Apex just 6-0 in Apex. So, is there going to be a part 3 to settle it once and for all?
I
I'm-
think
We said a
it's-
handshake agreement, but it's a bit of a difficult one because we were both dominant in both our games.
yeah,
It's a bit.
it's very tricky, given that we both played very well in our home fields. We absolutely destroying them in Valorant, and they absolutely destroying us in Apex. Which fair, I guess, an eye for an eye. I personally would love to face off against Apex in a actual battle royale. Of course, when the numbers allow it, I'm definitely down to take the title in a battle royale match. But
I mean, I've got a suggestion. I'm picking a number between 1 and 6. Whichever of you two guesses it wins.
No, we're not doing that.
no, we
Oh.
are determined to win by skill, not win by chance.
Oh well.
Okay.
Well.
But I want to. Yeah, it was. It's. To be fair, we can't coming into this. Like most of these things usually go 1-1. I've done these types of things in Tor before, but it's obviously when Duno stops typing. It obviously it it helps bring the battalions and stuff together. People have been playing cross we've helped Valorant out. They've helped us out in the game. Obviously, I'm hoping in the future when we both have our own respective tournaments, because I think we might have some coming in the future. I think we'll obviously be submitting teams for both sides, and we want to get this type of thing going into more often. I would have said, if Tia kind of agrees with that, it's something we want more divisions to come and challenge us. Personally, with Apex, if any other division in Tor thinks they can beat us, come at us. We'll accept any challenge. But yeah, we can definitely revisit this, and let's see if we can make this more interesting. But a battle royale or something would be good, and I would like to go back to Valorant to see if we can beat them because we had some close games.
Yeah,
Some not so close, but we did have some close games as well.
Yeah. So
it
now from our perspective there on those TDMs, they were all pretty much a wash in favor of Apex. In which, you guys started out with some nice even trades, but you guys just ended up taking the win there, Tracer, and just washing Valorant off in those games.
That's how it felt for me when I played Valorant. As many people know, I'm not a mouse and keyboard player. So when I went to Valorant, although we jokingly said I was playing on keyboard, if you didn't know, I was playing mouse and keyboard. So yeah, it was really, really difficult for me, but we still enjoyed it and stuff. So I feel like some of the newer Apex players that have obviously come to play against us on our game, you are playing against some very, very strong, seasoned players. Some of the players that we've had on our team playing today, they have played in LGS qualifiers and stuff. So it's the same as Valorant. Valorant have got some amazing players as well, and obviously we felt the full fury of their
Yeah.
gameplay.
Yeah.
we didn't hold back just like you didn't, and it was really eye for eye. You guys had one close match on Valorant. We had one close at the beginning of Control, and yeah, across the board it was just absolute annihilation on both sides. Which
did scare
looking
me.
back at it, it is fun. Even though, yeah, we lost, but we had some good games, and it was also enjoyable to see you guys play that well. might be odd, but at least we went down in style. So yeah, I really hope we can like do this again or in a battle royale format in the future or in our respective tournaments. Now, of course, Valorant Division for now can't rematch the Apex Division because we had another division challenge us before you again. So
It gives us time. It gives us time to practice.
it gives time. The next one is going to be a bit more even match because surprise, surprise, CS:GO has pulled up to our court.
I'd
And-
imagine the CS:GO people, if they can spend a bit of time in it, they'll be the closest for Valorant.
Yes.
I joined the CS:GO people for the Total War, and I had a few moments, and then I remembered how old I'm getting as all the youngsters started to just rack up kill after kill after kill.
Yeah.
Now, I will
So-
say this, however, that third and final match of TDM was definitely the closest TDM match you guys played. Being 27-50 instead of, match 2 where it was 16-50.
You want the big-headed response? It's because I wasn't playing. The controller player wasn't playing. That's why. That's my big-headed response. But they were getting into the swing of it. They were probably getting into the swing of it, getting used to the guns and stuff. Some of the gun classes were a bit.
They were a bit
some of them were a bit tough. They were a bit unfavored. There's sometimes I was picking them and going, these are a little bit awkward. These.
Yeah.
They're very. So well, I'm assuming it got picked up on the stream. I think a lot of our guys were picking very up close and personal classes, and I think that kind of made the difference in TDM because it was literally very up close and personal.
Aye.
But I think that's just general game knowledge. It's the same in Valorant. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have a clue what I was picking for half the guns and stuff. I was just YOLOing it some bit.
Okay.
So, same.
Well, I think we're going to play a game of gun game with me and Poseidon joining the teams to wind it down. My personal shouts. Sosa was the general man of the match, but Serenity was the team deathmatch player of choice, and Falcon, I think, is still new to the game. Definitely got the new person award from me. So they're my 3 awards to give out. Alias, just for being Alias.
So,
but well played. It
that
was good to watch.
That was good. I had a blast, and overall, very good plays to everybody on both teams. So,
and thank you to our 2 lovely casters from MMD that came down to help us out.
So
I'm just waiting for the cookies to arrive in the mail.
Yeah.
I will send them. I'll send some. A bit easier for Juno because he's in the same country. Poseidon, you might have to wait a few weeks, and they might be a bit stale when they get there.
So, that was a great time. We had a lot of fun. I enjoyed streaming it. I enjoyed hosting it. Sorry about the game just deciding it wanted to die.
It's the game I wanted to watch as well.
That was a full-on crash to desktop as well. Full-on just
It is
crash.
what it is. Apex isn't Apex without its crashes, basically. But yeah, we'll definitely revisit this in the future, and we'll hopefully do the Battle Royale.
Yeah.
If anyone's wondering, we couldn't play the Battle Royale because Respawn decided to add in a 30-player minimum. And as you saw tonight, we didn't have 30 people.
Yeah.
But we'll do a big tour-wide Apex tournament in the coming months that everyone can play. So everyone that's watching, get playing Apex because there's a tournament coming.
Yep. So, and the thing is too is that these kind of things are only possible because of the community here. And if it wasn't for the community here, we honestly probably wouldn't be able to do these kind of things. So we do greatly appreciate it regardless of what ends up happening. So
Yeah, and I also at this point have to, of course, thank Tracer for coming up with the idea, because he was the one who initially challenged the Valorant division to fight. Props there for taking the initiative. It was fun planning it, fun working with you to get this all started up and done. And yeah, hope to have more like these in the future.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
maybe next time we'll warm up. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time we beat you at Valorant.
Well,
Who knows?
Who knows?
if it makes anyone feel better, I just killed Sosa.
I mean, I came close to killing him.
His by the way, if anyone was wondering, his desk did genuinely collapse in the game, and he generally had to go and get cable ties and tie it back together. So when I was saying that, that wasn't a joke.
Sosa
His
was
desk-
being an actual demon though in those TDMs.
Yeah, he's obviously in previous tournaments and stuff like that. Sosa's always been like he's a really strong mechanical player and stuff like that. Quite a lot of people that were playing tonight were really strong mechanically and stuff. For example, like Serenity. Me and Serenity were in the team that won the last Apex tournament as well. And obviously, well, even the people that are currently sat on this channel have all played in them and stuff.
Yep.
There's a lot of we did have one of our strongest Apex teams out tonight, so it was going to be a tough situation for Valorant anyway. And as people said, Tia can't carry everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tia is probably
I
one of our.
can only do so much.
Tia is probably one of the strongest players in Tor in terms of Apex because he's been our highest ranked player. Sadly, Predator cannot carry you against several Diamond players.
With everything I have, there's still only so much I can do. Of course, I've also been trying to keep the player morale up, do everything like that, and doing everything at the same time. Yeah, difficult, I can say.
You need a
but
new
yeah.
keyboard. I want to do a fundraiser in Tor to get Juno a quieter keyboard.
No, we don't. There's nothing wrong with my mechanical keyboard.
I mean, if Karen, if you're watching it or anything, can we get some funds siphoned for Juno to have a quieter keyboard? It might help.
Maybe.
Actually, something that I just read on Discord, since Apex and Valorant are both in third core, we can take as a conclusion that third core just wins. Given that both of the divisions won in their respective home grounds.
I mean,
so Corp says third core wins.
I'm happy to throw out the challenge. If there's any other corps that think they can beat us, please come forward. Come and challenge us as a whole corps. We'll all pick a game and we'll all come and
Core
fight
v
on.
core.
Yeah, we'll do a core v core, but I'm just going to tell you this now, and I'm assuming corps will agree with us. Third core is the best corps, and there's nothing you can do to say otherwise.
I mean, you have Valorant and Apex, so...
The challenge has been set. The gauntlet is thrown down. If there's other corps out there, come and challenge us.
Yep.
Well, I've also just took down Serenity, someone else. I just got a free man. I'll take that. I've still got it. I can still play this game.
Dude, my ping is like 160 right now. Brutal.
But if that's all there is to that,
yeah.
Thank you for everyone that's turned up and watched and taken part, even on the Valorant side of the tournament. I know everyone couldn't come across and play tonight, but yeah, thank you for everyone taking part, and we'll definitely do this in the future. And thank you, Tia, for being the other side of it.
Yeah. Always my pleasure.
I mean,
and it would be sad to back down from a challenge.
Oh.
To be doing that.
Yeah.
I got excited.
So if any other division wants to challenge us, please come and do so. If you want to challenge us at Civilization as well, come forward. I'm happy to accept that challenge.
That's one of the fields that I personally wouldn't.
But we said that for the tiebreaker, but I don't think it went down well.
Yeah, no.
It's fine. We'll leave it at 1-1 for now. We'll settle it in the
1-1.
future.
Yep.
Right. I'm gonna depart and go and speak to the rest of my division.
Yep. Me
All
too.
right.
So, thank you for streaming, guys.
No worries.
It
Thanks.
was
All
a
later.
blast.
Tear out.
Checking down.
User disconnected from your channel.
Darn. Well, I'm second. I'm second on the server at the moment. That's surprising. I am, however, currently on Mozambique, which is not going well. Oh, we lost.
I'm on the. Oh, nice. Well, that was blast, guys. I had a great time.
Bye, Josh.
We have our Apex champions.
I had a blast. I know Gino had a blast here. And clearly, everybody on both teams had a really good time. So, with that honestly, those matches could not have been more entertaining to watch. You know, you have some semi people who are just, you know, sitting there and they're, you know, watching it, seeing how everything goes. And the rest were they came to play. You know, they came to take back and show up Valorant, you know. They turned the tables on that pretty quickly. So,
Yeah, it was some really good games. I know I've kind of been giving Valorant a little bit of stick, but that was just because Valorant gave Apex a little bit of stick. So you
Right.
know, it was deserved. Alias always deserves stick, so that's also fine. But you know, when you get them both in at the end, and you can tell there's competition there. You know, they both want to do well, but they're also just happy to actually be playing and
Yeah.
having events like this and just getting it on, and
Right.
you know, that's where you want to be.
Yep. So it's a great time for everybody that's involved, and you know, I couldn't have been happier to have been one of the hosts for this. You know, and it's been a while since I've ended up actually having to, you know, do anything like this, but it was a blast. I hope everybody who watched, you know, was able to enjoy it as well. So
Yeah, agreed. It's been fun.
it
And
has.
chat's been good. You know, everyone stopped in and said hi. We've had a nuke go off, which is good. I don't know how many people in chat are from Tor and how many people aren't. So for those of you who are not in Tor, we are quite a large gaming community. I think there's just under 1,000 people across a good few dozen games, from first-person shooters to MOBA type games, some multiplayer games, and yeah, if you're interested, I've posted a link to the Discord, but I'll do it again. You can find our website at tor.net, which I'm going to post as well. It's an old website, like the clans are a 20-year-old now, so that the website feels like it was built in the 90s. I think it was built in the 90s. There's a new one coming up. We have lots of games. We're always recruiting. We avoid what I'm going to call internet abuse. We don't have angry gamers. It is a close knit community.
Well,
We
correction to that. There are some angry gamers, but
they
we
have
keep
to be
it
nice.
we keep it inside of our heads. We don't verbalize it. Like Gino
Yeah.
said earlier, I have some words about this game that I cannot repeat on TeamSpeak or on this
What do you mean
streaming platform.
What do you mean you don't love this game with all of your heart?
Hey, look, man, I was the CEO for this game. I have some very strong words about it. And yes, so for any of
That's
you
fair,
guys
that's
who
fair.
are here and watching, once upon a time, I was the CEO for Apex. And you know, I used to be a very active member inside of Apex, but it wasn't for me anymore. So
Yeah, good game. Good games in general. All right, I think unless you're going to carry on streaming and play something else, I'm going to say goodbye and I'm going to end my part in all of this. So
yeah,
thank you very much for being the host with the most
Of
and
course.
streaming the game. It's been fun doing this with you. I hope everyone else had a good time. So on that note, I'm going to do my own checkout. So I've been Juno. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your evening. Juno checking out.
All right, guys.
User disconnected from your
So
channel.
now I'm not going to continue streaming right now. I have some things I need to take care of. But once again, it was an absolute blast. I hope everybody that was here had a blast. And, with that being said, guys, I will see you all in the next